Ready to hit the pause button on your parenting fails? Ready to feel better about your parenting? Welcome to Parenting Pause, the podcast, where all of you is welcome. I'm Leslie Potter, the founder of the Pure Joy Way, a mother, a parent coach, and a fellow traveler on this journey to wake up in our parenting. And I believe together we can make this a better world for ourselves and our kiddos. When you hear the word innocence, what comes up for you? I know for me, I think about being very childish at first. That's the first thing I think of children as being quite innocent and curious and seeing everything in a light for the first time. So they're very innocent about the conclusions or the meaning to anything. And so when I had a sense of innocence as, only being childish, I wasn't able to move into the innocence, seeing through the innocent eyes of my truer self, especially in my parenting. I had so many judgments and ideas about how my daughter should be, who she should be, where she should be, when she should be, because I had so many beliefs and I had so many stories. I'd read so many books. I had my own history, my own templates. So I had a lot of mask in front of my beautiful innocence because I didn't want it to be childish, right? But what I began to recognize was the innocence of maturity in my mature self was a childlike innocence. And this childlike innocence was free of judgment. It was free of meaning. It was free of conclusions. It was free of doing it right, doing it wrong. It was just seeing through the eyes of the innocence of my child's behavior. And that was a really big one for me because for so long I felt her behavior was dangerous. I felt it was threatening. I felt it was manipulative. I felt it was, doing something to me. But if you can see in that thinking, it was all about me. And I had lost my innocence. I had protected my innocence because as a child, it had not been honored or it had not been seen as a gift. It had been seen more as something to, a curse in a way, right? Because I was taught that I was overly innocent and I needed to grow up and see that the world was harsh and hard. And so I had a lot of situations where I began to protect my innocence. Now, it wasn't that it went anywhere. And I want you to know that that's true for you, that your innocence has not left. It's just most likely covered over with all these masks. We're wearing masks right now, right? And it's really hard to see people's eyes, to see their smiles, to see anything when everybody's masked up. So we tend to go in more and we tend to, hide out and cover ourselves. So it's hard to see the innocence from even our adult self. So I'm going to challenge you this week to play with this. What if every time you judged your child's behavior or you have a conclusion or you put some meaning to it, that you just take a moment and you can put that over to the side. You can say, yeah, maybe that's true. But what if I put on the glasses and see it through a mature innocence? What if I see for the first time and I'm not so connected to the me? They're not doing something to me. So can I step back and look through the innocence glasses to see the innocence of their cry, to see the innocence of what their behavior is exhibiting, what they're trying to communicate. It's extremely powerful. And if you do this with your children, then I can guarantee you'll be able to turn back and do this with yourself. My greatest support for myself was when I began to go to my safe seat and offer myself kindness and love when I recognized the innocence of my lashing out. innocence of my doing things that I felt guilt and shame about. Instead of moving into guilt and shame, I could begin to go in and understand and see innocently how I had perceived something maybe in my child or in my world from my past. I had perceived it as if it were dangerous, as if my daughter were out to get me. And so I could be kind and loving to that innocence and go deeper into what would it be like to see every behavior through the eyes of innocent, like for the very first time, with no conclusion, no meaning. Just open your whole heart and your mind to listening and being with yourself and your child. Thank you for listening to this episode of Parenting Paused. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and share it with your mama friends. You can also leave a review wherever you listen, which will support getting the Pure Joy message out. Come on over to the Pure Joy Parenting Practice Facebook page or join me on Instagram to hear more. And don't forget to download your free copy of the Safe Seat course on the Pure Joy website. And while there, check out the offerings page to go deeper in the Pure Joy work.